What's going on, everybody? Tanner Wyman of the BarbarianBody.com. So, bigger biceps. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 exercises that you need to be doing if you want those biceps to grow faster than ever before. Man, as always, let's get into it. Today's video was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. To begin our list, we're going to start with some spider curls. This is a fantastic exercise to actually allow you to hit that short head of the biceps. Now, with our bench on a slight incline, some dumbbells that you feel are suitable, because we're in this position here where our arms are actually in front of the torso, this is what's going to be able to help us to isolate that short head of the biceps. Now, it's important to note the upper arm. This is what you want to focus on having completely stationary. You want that elbow to be pointed straight down to the ground, and we want to lock that in. Now, as you're coming up on every repetition, you're able to see right here, what I'm thinking about is actually shortening the biceps muscle. This allows me to develop mind-muscle connection and make each repetition that much more effective. Coming up, we're squeezing the biceps. I've even added in about a 1-second isolation hold at the top there where I'm flexing that bicep as hard as possible and coming down for 1 to 2 seconds on the negative. Now, a couple quick things to avoid. Obviously, the momentum, the quick, speedy repetitions. Man, you're leaving a lot of gains on the table if you actually perform the reps as such. Additionally, as opposed to keeping that upper arm locked and the elbow pointed straight down to the ground, we're actually bringing those arms a little bit closer towards the sides of your torso. This will take a little bit of the load off of the short head and not allow such great isolation. For this exercise, I like to perform about 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, quality over quantity. Man, I love competitive games, but I don't always have the time to actually fire up my PS4 and invest about an hour into a full gaming session. That's where Raid Shadow Legends comes in, and I can get my competitive gaming in short bursts from my mobile phone if I want to. Just jump in, play a few rounds, get my fix in, and that's pretty much it. Man, there's millions of players around the world playing in different tournaments, leaderboards, and the best thing, Raid is actually free to play right now on your mobile device or on your PC as well. You can get your competitive fix in anywhere, anytime. You can use the links that are down in my description box to try Raid for free yourself, whether it's on your mobile device or your PC, but let me show you what it looks like. Man, here you're able to see my 3 champions, Gaelic, Crusader, and Dark Elves doing their thing to win the battle. The fastest way to level up your champions is through farming the campaign. You grind XP and get loads of silver and a few artifacts at the same time. So what's new for Raid in September 2020? Raid is about to release a huge champion update, tweaking and rebalancing over 20 different champions to make PvP arena battles even more competitive. And if that's not enough, the Forge is coming up. So now you can save time and start crafting top quality artifacts and competing right away. So go ahead to the links that are going to be in my description box to try it out for free. Check it out. If you sign up right now in the next 30 days, then you're going to be getting 200,000 free silver as well as the super cool champion Grinner. Check them out right here. That's pretty cool. You'll find your rewards in your inbox for the next 30 days only. Again, link down in the description. Thank you so much to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Let's get into the rest of the content. Next, we got the 1.5 bicep curl repetitions. Now, this is a great way to actually add more intensity to the exercise. So while performing a supine grip, palms facing upwards, we're going to be bringing those dumbbells up towards the armpit for a full repetition. After you come to the top, you're going to come down to about that halfway position, and actually in this repetition you're able to see me go down just a little bit lower. And what this allows us to do is to actually keep an incredible amount of tension on the biceps and really demand more out of them than the traditional full repetition. Now, as always, it's important that you try to keep your form as good as possible. You notice I am doing a little bit of swinging here. This just happened because I had performed so many repetitions and my biceps were exhausted, but the goal is to always keep that upper arm stationary, the torso stationary, and again, squeeze and flex the biceps. Next, we've got a cool variation that is extremely gruesome on the biceps. We're going to be performing some negative focus chin-ups. Now, if you actually have the strength to perform the rep as such, you can do your full repetitions, and what we're focusing on doing is coming down for about 4 to 5 seconds on the negative. This is going to help us to get all of those micro muscle tears that will stimulate muscular growth in the body when you're resting and recovering. Now, if you actually don't have the strength to perform very many repetitions doing a chin up, then you can do this variation that you see me doing here. Whether you have a bench, as I do in this video, or just a small box to help you to stand up to the top position, and then from there come down and focus strictly on the negative portion of this exercise. For those of you guys that are a bit heavier heavier or you feel that your biceps are a bit weaker, this is a great variation. Now, because this exercise is so challenging, you won't need as many repetitions. However, I'm going to recommend to get about 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. Aim for 4 to 5 seconds on the negative portion of this exercise. Now we've got a classic to help us to hit that outer head of the biceps, and that's going to be some seated incline dumbbell curls. Now, in the opposite way that the spider curls were effective at hitting the biceps short head because the arms were in front of the torso, we've now positioned ourselves so that the arms are actually behind the torso. This is what's going to help us to get that stretch of the long head of the biceps as that muscle does run through your shoulder joint. So what you want to do is, again, focus on keeping that upper arm locked in, elbows pointed as straight down as you possibly can. Coming down to get an even additionally further stretch of the biceps. When you're coming up, focus on bringing those dumbbells up towards the armpits and again flexing, contracting, and squeezing the biceps on every rep. Please focus on trying to prevent yourself from incorporating your anterior deltoid by having the upper arm move in unison with the dumbbells. You'll see what's happening is actually the upper arm is becoming parallel with my torso on every repetition, and you're really removing the benefit of having that full stretch of the biceps by keeping that upper arm stationary. And no Barbarian Body biceps exercise list would be complete without one of my favorite bicep exercises, the 21s. To begin the set, you're going to start with 7 repetitions of 1/2 of the bottom range of motion of a bicep curl. Directly after, you're going to transition into getting 7 repetitions of the top half of the range of motion. After you've completed that second portion, it's now time to complete the exercise with 7 full repetitions with full range of motion. Now, you actually might notice at this point your biceps are toast, so it's going to be hard to try to get those full reps. Again, you're going to see me struggling a bit here too. I was doing a lot of exercise demonstrations. Attempt to perform this last set of 7 repetitions with as best of form as you possibly can. Squeeze and contract those biceps, and those are my top 5 bicep exercises for size. So there you are. That completes today's video. Just a reminder, again, try Raid Shadow Legends for free down in the description box. If you're a new player, you get 200,000 free silver as well as a free champion grinner. If you enjoyed this video, man, then be sure to smash that like button down below, and also be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.